This is our 2011 Paso Robles Cabernet. 2011 was a difficult vintage, not because of quality, but because of the size of the harvest. The conditions during the spring led to a very, very small crop, the smallest crop we've ever seen in this region. And it also was an extraordinarily cold vintage like 2010. So you had a year, a vintage, when there wasn't very much fruit, and it also tended to keep its acidity. So because of the cold, so it's a lot of concentration in this fruit, especially of the fresher side. Cooler years give fresher character, so brighter fruit, more herbal tones. Good color. We tend to make an old-fashioned style of Cabernet. That is, the modern trend is towards very dark, very extracted, almost syrupy wines. We don't follow that trend. We tend to make medium weight reds with dynamic tannins, active acidity that are designed to pair with food. Fruit's really good. It's not typical Cabernet, it's not typical Paso Robles fruit profile, which to me always smells a little bit like cherry jam. This one's more complex. There's more of blackberry tones. It's not the very focused cherry it usually gets. There's real pleasant, warm earthiness. The oak is evident in the aromatics as well. And kind of the oak is expressing itself as slightly leathery, which is pretty, it's a pleasant aroma. It has a astringency, which is the positive aspect of the tannins in the mouth. That is, you perceive the tannins in the front of the palate, and then they proceed smoothly back to the finish. Fruit weight and acid are all in good balance. It's in some ways more like the 10 than like the 7, which was the vintage that preceded it. And just a hint of those herbal tones that make Cabernet read as Cabernet. One of the unique things about Cabernet is this pleasant herbaceousness, and it often plays against the smoky character of the oak. And I like the way that these flavors are presenting themselves in this wine at this time. Because this vintage was so small as a crop, it will not be available for a full year. We only have about maybe a 6-month supply of this.